What is up, guys? Today we're back with another video. It's been a while since I've uploaded. I could not upload for a couple of reasons that I can't get into, but that situation has been resolved, so I'm back now. But yeah. So last time I did a video, I was talking about how I ordered some CDs. And I showed you my first half of my collection. I think I'm up to 17 or 18 records now. So I did the first half in a video. I got a Sabrina Carpenter CD. I done a single video on it. Some of y'all seen that. So I'm not going to include that one because I already showed it. Today I am going to be showing some new records though. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 records. I don't know why I did 4, but I have 6 records to show you here today. Do a little bit ASMR tapping. We got some cardboard albums here. They sound really good. So yeah, so I think what I want to do is I want to go into the order of which I got these and talk about them. And so the first two, I'll also talk about bands I like, stuff like that as well, why I got these records. But first off, we have Breaking Benjamin's Wanna album. Wanna stands for We Are Not Alone. This is not their debut album, but I picked this one up first, so we'll talk about it. This is their breakout album. This album is well received by the fans that did listen to it at the time, and it does have one of their biggest hits on it, So Cold. But other than that, a lot of songs on here that don't normally get paid. A lot of songs on here that normally don't get played. But there are some nice deep cuts. You can tell I haven't filmed a video in a while. Deep cuts, B-sides on here that are actually good. Some of the, main tracks though is So Cold, obviously leading this album. If you are any type of fan of Breaking Benjamin, I'm sure you've heard this song. A lot of people claim this as their big successful hit that got them their first attention. So you have So Cold. Another good song on here is Follow. It was actually, I believe, on the radio because the album version says radio edit because the radio edit version came out before the album came out, and everybody liked the radio version so much that they just done away with the album version and kept what was already released. Then one of my favorites on here that is a B-side is Firefly. It's a really good song, but it's not a single. Love that song. Sooner or Later is another B-side, but I think it's a single, so it's more well-known. But it's pretty good. It's one of my favorites. And then another good takeaway on this album is Rain. A lot of people find Rain cheesy, but it grows on you because I did not like it at first, and now I like it. So yeah, this is We Are Not Alone, Wanna, a Breaking Benjamin. Here's the back. This band has went through 2 or 3 lineups. I had thought they'd only went through 2 lineup changes, but they've actually went through 3. Next, we have Breaking Benjamin's debut album. So this is actually before this one. This is their sophomore album. This is their freshman album. And if you know anything about CDs, and if you don't, freshman means your first album, sophomores your second album, your third album's your junior, and then you have your senior, and then basically that's pretty much when it stops. I think there are some other analogies out there for those as well, but the follow-up record, there's a couple analogies, but now we have Breaking Benjamin Saturate. This is their debut album, and if I'm being completely honest and transparent, this album has really like been one that I've been listening to a lot more recently. It features singles that jump-started their career. You have Medicate, you have Polyamorous, and you have Skin. But what I would like to talk about is the B-sides on this album. The B-sides on this album are absolutely like amazing. For a debut record, this is a solid record. It's just amazing. You have songs like Wish I May, which is like, it opens kind of like thrashy, which is weird because this is their debut album. But at the time, Breaking Benjamin had a lot of grungy, like hard rock sounds. They then later on transitioned in genres of hard rock, alternative metal. But when they first started, they were kind of like grungy, like alternative rock. And so, yeah, but this album has a lot of great B-sides on it. It does not get enough credit. For a debut album, this album is amazing. Some of my favorite B-sides on here are Home. Home is basically a story song, and it's an amazing story song. Phase is also a good song. It has like drums, like bongos in the beginning. It's really weird. And like the name of the title, Phase, it phases in and out of so many different genres and so many different riffs and stuff. It's an amazing. This is an amazing record that those two I got at the same time. Now going into my next record I ordered. This is also Breaking Benjamin. This is Breaking Benjamin Dear Agony. And on the front cover, this is the lead singer's brain scan. This is his actual, like, I don't know what you call these medical pictures. I don't think it's an x-ray. But this is his brain scan. And the whole idea and premise behind this album is their album before this, which is Phobia, which I do not have. I have it ordered. We'll be doing another one of these videos if y'all like these videos. But the whole premise behind this album was the album before this, Phobia. It was their biggest album. It was a global success. It came out after the WANA, the We Are Not Alone album, the Blue album I showed before. And it was the first one to put them on mainstream. Like, that album was everywhere. Couple years later, they had all this pressure and stress to continue and make a follow-up record. And let me tell you that it was not an easy task, because their album Phobia, which was the one before this, once again, was amazing. It's like 3 Days Grace's 1X. There's no skips on it at all. It is an amazing record. So they felt a lot of pressure, I'm sure, making this album. But this album is Dear Agony. And through all that, going back to the album cover, the lead singer, he was so like addicted and so deep into alcoholism that it literally like destroyed his brain. And I mean this respectfully. But he went through a lot of trauma, went through a lot of health issues during the making of this record, and it is really just empowering. His struggles, his stories are all in this record. It's an amazing record. And some people say this album is better. And some people are hard to say that it is. or it isn't, because I'm one of those people. I really like the album before this one, but this one is so amazing too. Like, it could be either album one day or the other. Amazing record. But here's the inside. It's got the brain also on the CD and another scan right here. But he developed this illness where his body, even though he wasn't drinking anymore, he completely stopped drinking, to what I know. I don't know if that's changed over the years or anything, but at one point he had to entirely quit drinking. And his body was still feeling the effects of alcohol, and I think it's kind of a permanent thing now. So even though, as far as I know, he doesn't drink anymore, he still feels the effects as if he does drink. But I can't remember what the actual I can't remember what the actual disease is called, but yeah. I did have these in order, and now I'm sitting here trying to figure out which one of these comes next. So I'm trying to figure that out now. But I think I'm just gonna go with this one just to continue. I think it is next though. Next, we have another Breaking Benjamin record. Almost have their whole entire discography now. I have one of the albums on the way. Excuse me. I have one of the albums on the way. I'm going to be ordering another one. And their newest record, I'm not a big fan of personally. There's a couple good songs on it. And then they have an acoustic album. And yeah, so I'm going to be buying one more record and have the other one on the way. But the acoustic album and their current studio album, I don't plan on getting. But after I finish getting the remaining ones I lack, I'll have most of their discography and the albums I want. So, with that being said, I showed you their first 3 records. I am missing one of their first 3, it being the 3rd record. But this is a collection. After all those albums released, they released a greatest hits album. And this is the greatest hits album. It's called Shallow Bay. Best of Breaking Benjamin. Shallow Bay is one of the first songs they ever did. It's on their debut record I showed you. And this is a collection of their greatest hits from those records. So you have 3 songs from each record, and then I believe you have an EP single on here, and then you have an acoustic, and then you have a soundtrack song that they added on here, but this time there's a feature on it. And this album is very controversial for multiple reasons. So this album was never supposed to be released. It was not even supposed to be a thing. Going back to the lead singer's illnesses and sicknesses and him taking time away from the band, that album released in 2009. Their previous album released in 2006. So I don't know the exact years, but from 2006 afterwards, I know that's when he started writing that record, till 2009, and possibly 2 years after that, in 2011. The band put out that album, Dear Agony, and then they weren't putting out music, they weren't touring, they weren't doing anything because the lead singer was having to step away for some time. And I'm not exactly sure how this album came to be, But I do know that the album eventually got released, and there's a lot of stories about this album. But essentially, this album was not supposed to be released. It was not approved by every member of the band. It was approved by 2 members of the band, which are the two guitar players, or the guitar and bass player, and their record label. And the lead singer claims that he had no idea this record was releasing. And they basically put it out without asking him, is what he said and claims. So this record came out. He later found out about it, and he wound up suing 2 of his bandmates and winning the case. And then the record remained out, and I don't know the time frame of it, but there was also a deluxe edition that came out as well. So there's the standard version and there's the deluxe version of this album. And they both were released. 2 of the band members got sued and kicked out of the band. And then, yeah, I guess the rest is history. The lead singer went on a hiatus again because there was nobody left in the band. He eventually found new band members, and he continued the band. He brought in all new musicians. So, yeah. But the reason I say it's such a controversial album is because of all that history. And then not only that, but it was a greatest hits album, so people who found them the first time, they've seen this cover art, like me, because this was the album I discovered them with and thought it was very intriguing and had never seen anything like it before, and it caught their eye. And because it's a greatest hits album, it's just hits. Like, every track is a hit because it takes the best songs from each album. And so people found them through that album. They love the music, and it like segued. They went and checked out all their other music because of it. And also going back to this record and the We Are Not Alone record, this album features So Cold, which is one of the songs that broke them out for more people to listen to them. It actually features that song. And what's funny is the version that is on here has more streams and more plays than the original record's recording, which is funny because this is a controversial album. And the lead singer did not like it, but yet it has brought them the most fans and has made songs that would not be as bigger. I mean, that's just the way to put it. So yeah, very controversial history. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just saying the facts, and the fact is that album is what introduced them to a lot of fans, and it has more streams than other albums. So now, skipping ahead, that was Breaking Benjamin. Next, I have 2 more albums that I ordered. I love this colorway. This is amazing colorway. I just realized I can take pictures while I'm filming videos. It's 2025, and I just realized that. Or I guess I thought about it this time. So I had to grab a thumbnail real quick. But anyways, this is the album cover I was telling you about, that is cardboard, that I said will probably make good sounds. I probably should have done these first or in the middle to make retention watching longer, but it is what it is. But this is Linkin Park's Paper Cuts, and this is their greatest hits album, which was actually approved by the record label and all the members of the band. No dirty under the table stuff going on here, and no lawsuits. So the reason I got this album is because it's the greatest hits album. I usually don't pick up those if I already have songs, if it's the exact same. But I love this cover art. I love this artwork. Love the design. And here's the thing. The reason I did pick this up is because it has 5 new songs that I do not have in my discography through their albums. What do I mean by that? That means these are singles that were on soundtracks that you would have to go seek out the whole soundtrack CD for, or you would have to buy just a single. You couldn't really own it physically. So what I did was I wanted this record, and then it had singles that I needed. So it has it has QWERTY, which was not released until a couple years ago. It has New Divide. Like, I want to say New Divide is my favorite Linkin Park song of all time. But as you can see right here, where's it at? New Divide right here. It's going to be backwards. But it has New Divide. And it has Lost, which was originally supposed to be on the Meteora album, but did not make the final cut. And they released it in like 2023, and it sounded like it was meant to release that year. Such a good song. And then Friendly Fire is also a good song that was meant to be on that album. All these songs, or those songs in particular, sound like they should have been released in present day. They're amazing songs, so I had to pick this up. I just love the way this looks. Love the colors, and it's a good way collecting soundtrack songs and singles that I wouldn't normally have. So next to my final album, we're going to be quick and short with this one. This video is getting kind of long, and my internet's been really choppy here lately, so hopefully I can even upload this video. But I've already shown this album, but this is a different version, so I'm going to go over it again, but really quickly. Next, we have Linkin Park's From Zero album, deluxe edition. So I just so happen to have it with me. I did do the original in a video, but this is the deluxe edition. The reason I bought this and justified buying this was it has completely new cover art, inside and out. Has completely new cover art. The one thing I will say is it's maybe not completely new, but it is a shorter, condensed, and different colorway version of this picture that was in the original, so it is different. But I want to be completely honest and transparent. That's why I say there are some elements that were in the original, but it's still new artwork. And so the reason I got this was because Emily Armstrong is the new singer of Linkin Park. A lot of people have opinions, but I'd like to keep it friendly. In my opinion, I like her. And so she doesn't have much material out for Linkin Park. She only has I think it's 11 or 12 songs on that record. So I enjoy her contribution. So I wanted more because she only has 11 or 12 songs out, right? So the best way to get more of her arc is to buy the deluxe edition, because with this you get 3 new songs. Well, I got to looking, and if you buy the physical CD, you also get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 new live. I mean, there's songs that were on the record, but you get 5 recordings, live recordings. So it's even more material. So I bought this, and I wound up getting 8 new songs or 8 new different takes or 8 new materials from her. And so I'm glad I bought this. But yeah, this one's really short. Just wanted to throw it in there. It's a deluxe edition. But yeah. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. This video is a long one. It's kind of boring, I guess, to some people, but I find it interesting. I did not realize how many people still collect CDs and would like to see them shown or talked about. And some people just like to learn stuff about their favorite bands. But I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for staying subscribed, even though I haven't uploaded in like a week. But yeah, just want to say thank you. One thing really quick before I go, I wanted to tell you all my favorite bands. So by my CDs, I guess you can kind of tell, I have almost every Linkin Park CD, at least the ones I want. So I have almost their discography now. I almost have all of Breaking Benjamin's discography, and I also have all of 3 Days Grace's discography that I want currently. So those are my 3 favorite bands, I guess, of all time, or just my 3 favorite bands. So as you can tell, that's what a lot of these CDs are. And I'll give an honorable mention, one of my other favorite artists currently, Sabrina Carpenter. I showed her CD off in a different video, but yeah, those are some of my favorite artists. I just wanted to make this video to make a video, do something different from what I've been typically doing, and just maybe share some new information or share something that interests me that I hope interests you. But you know, yeah, that's the video. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video.